Hey guys, we're going to do 83 to 90 multiple choice. Let's do it. So question 83 talks about vegetarian or low salt diet. Now, you saw the answer in the back of the book was C. So I'm here to give you a little bit of clarification here. So it says we have two factors, normal vegetarian diet and unrestricted salt diet. So when we think of this here, we think about these it might be helpful making a chart here, right? We have our people, and then, which looks like men, right? And then we do random assignment, and then we're sending them to these 4 different things. However, we're really either giving them the normal diet with unrestricted salt or the vegetarian diet with the unrestricted salt. So it's like we're toggling each one of these to try to see which one it is that's causing the change. So if you think about that, you could think of this as like a group 1A and a group 2A. Group 1B and a group 2B. This kind of helps you see that there are 2 factors. Nice. Okay, question 84. You don't have the answer to this, so I will provide it. The answer here is random assignment balances the effects of other variables such as stress and body weight among the 4 treatments. So kind of like what we said here, if we do random assignment, we can't avoid other factors from being at play, but if we give varying levels of each of these 2 items an equal chance of being in any one of the 4 groups, then that has a balancing out effect on any one other factor that we're not measuring. All right, let's take a look at 85. That answer was provided as B. So this is an experiment with blocking. So this should match what we did directly in class. So let's take a look. It says, to investigate if standing up while studying affects the performance in class, the teacher assigned half of the 30 students to stand up while the other one was assigned the other half not to stand up. To determine who got which treatment, the teacher identifies 2 students who did best on the last exam and randomly assigns 1 to stand and 1 not to stand. So this is a blocking size of 2. So this reminds me of the matched pair design. And remember, we put in our notes, a matched pair design is a block of 2. Nice. Okay, looking at question number 86, our answer shows D. So if we look here at D, let's go back over it. It says how many plants will be assigned to each treatment? Yeah, so let's break down these numbers here. It says a gardener wants to try different combinations of none, 1 cups, and 2 cups. Okay, and mulch, none, wood chip, pine needle, and plastic. Okay, so he has 60 here. So we can kind of work backwards on this, but you probably worked it forward. So if I do 5 by 5, I get 12. So like, where did they get that number 12? So again, we can see this kind of seeing our answer. We have 2 factors, and I have 3 levels of each factor, right? 1, 2, 3, and then my other factor of mulch, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means I'll have a total of 3 times 4, which would be 12 groups, even if I might label them group 1A and 1B, that type of thing, right? And so 12, if I do 60 divided by 12, that's where this number 5 comes from. Nice. Okay, 87. This one you had the answer to, but let's see if we can do a little clarifying. So the answer provided was C. It says no, because there may be other differences between the 2 years besides the corn variety. So it says corn variety 1 yielded 140 bushels per acre last year at a research farm. This year, corn variety 2, planted in the same location, yielded only 110 bushel. Based on these results, is it reasonable to conclude that corn variety 1 is more productive? Well, yeah, like what if it rained more the previous year? Or what if there was other fertilizer put on there? So we don't really have a way of isolating these other differences. So this cannot be a conclusion we can make. Can't make this conclusion. Okay. Take a look at 88. Our answer key says D. So let's piece this together. Our answer key says no, because this is an observational study. So an observational study means that it's somewhat past tense. You merely observed, there was no treatment. So think about just watching. So let's see if that fits the bill here. It says a report in a medical journal notes that the risk of developing Alzheimer's amongst subjects who regularly opted to take the drug ibuprofen was about half the risk of those who didn't. So these people had no idea they were part of any type of study or experiment. So you're just keeping track. This is past tense. You're getting this information later, a pure observation. Is this good evidence that it is effective in preventing it? So the answer has to be no, because it was an observational study. Nice. Okay. 89, the answer provided to you was B. Now, this is a classic question that gets lots of kids confused every year. I remember it each year. A farmer is conducting an experiment to determine which variety of apple tree, the Fuji or the Gala, will produce more fruit in his orchard. The orchard is divided in 20 equally sized square plots. Okay, so maybe 5 by 4, right? Each has 10 trees. So here's our little apple trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Each has 10 trees of each variety, randomly assigns each tree to a separate plot in the orchard. What are the experimental units? And so when we think about this, when we really look at the picture here, then what ends up getting studied is actually technically the plots. These are what is being studied, the unit at which is being studied. So everything, if those red dots were the Fijis, right? There's 10 Fijis and there's 10 Galas, and anything you're going to study is going to be within these plots. That's what will be our experimental unit, right? And within each experimental unit has 10 of each apple tree. Nice. Okay, one last question. Question 90 states, 2 essential features of all statistical designed experiments are, and this comes right out of our notes, comparing 2 or more treatments using chance assignment to assign subjects to treatments. Yes, this is called our random assignment. Perfect. This fits our definition from class exactly. Thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great night.